Thinking about sex since you hit the door. The way you move the booty is incredible. Gonna get you back on the floor. That body, baby, give me some more. Now when you're ready, just let me know. I'll take the top off so we can cruise. In exchange for love in the fast lane, baby, I can speed free in the rain. Who holds you tighter, baby? Who could do it better than that? Gonna drive me crazy, have you screaming out like you wanna have my baby? Who wants to try, no baby? Who could do it better than that? Gonna drive me crazy, have you screaming out like you wanna have my baby? About to make my move. Yeah, you got me in the mood. Your mouth said what your body can do. Now it's time to show and prove. Do you wanna be how I wanna you move? I'll take you to ecstasy. Cause when your body is trying, baby, there's no more stopping me. Oh, so tired of baby. Do it like you say. Go drive me crazy. Have you feeling out? You wanna have my baby? You wanna baby, baby. Don't drive me crazy, just feeling out like you wanna have me. So never detected, but you love me, girl. You know you got to respect it. We'll let you ride in the whip, take trips and always make sure that you're okay. So we're gonna do you, stack a booty and call you my baby. You want the kind of baby. Don't drive me crazy, so you got me here, baby, come and watch us here. Leave us alone, say you live, what you don't do now. Let me ready, guess I'm really about to put it down. If we stay you, tonight I wanna spend with you. Yes, girl, gotta make it right now. Girl, I'm hoping I'ma be there. I know when I say stop, when I say go, then you go again, get close. What you make your girlfriend? You've been waiting patiently, different way and where I be. The cousin rockets in the industry, making this so she can't sleep.
Woo! What up, y'all? She had to speed in here real quick. This topic ain't gonna have a lot of people. Y'all go over there and get Brooke. Hold on. I just hit.
ID, so his driver's license.
All right. So this live is gonna be brutal. I'm not expecting for hey Dewan. I miss Dewan in the chat, y'all. I miss my real friends. This live is gonna be brutal. The phone lines are open. And we want to talk about child support. And I know people be like, oh no, he gonna bash women. No. This is gonna be a battle of the minds. Hey Miss Shirley, this live gonna be a battle of the minds. I don't expect for it to be dramaful, but if it happened, then guess what? Y'all know. Y'all know. Hold on. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna see. Okay. All right. So I guess it's not showing on there, huh? Okay. All right. So we're gonna talk about this child support thing, y'all, and how serious it is. Now, the ladies that wanted me to talk about it, I don't see them. Crazy. So I'm going to share this little clip, this little video, make it full screen, and I got to take you to the basics. What is child support? What does child support mean? Child support meaning and examples. Let's go. Hey, Jess.
In family law and public policy, child support or child maintenance is an ongoing, periodic payment made by a parent for the financial benefit of a child following the end of a marriage or other relationship. Child maintenance is paid directly or indirectly by an obligor to an obligee for the care and support of children of a relationship that has been terminated, or in some cases never existed. Often the obligor is a non-custodial parent. The obligee is typically a custodial parent, a caregiver, a guardian, or the state. Depending on the jurisdiction, a custodial parent may pay child support to a non-custodial parent. Typically one has the same duty to pay child support irrespective of sex, so a mother is required to pay support to a father just as a father must pay a mother. In some jurisdictions where there is joint custody, the child is considered to have two custodial parents and no non-custodial parents, and a custodial parent with a higher income obligor may be required to pay the other custodial parent obligee. In other jurisdictions, even with legally shared residence, unless they can prove exactly equal contributions, one parent will be deemed the non-resident parent for child support and will have to pay the other parent a proportion of their income. The resident parent's income or needs are not assessed. In family law, child support is often arranged as part of a divorce, marital separation, annulment, determination of parentage or dissolution of a civil union, and may supplement alimony, spousal support arrangements. The right to child support and the responsibilities of parents to provide such support have been internationally recognized. The 1992 United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child is a binding convention signed by every member nation of the United Nations and formally ratified by all but South Sudan and the United States. It declares that the upbringing and development of children and a standard of living adequate for the children's development is a common responsibility of both parents and a fundamental human right for children, and asserts that the primary responsibility to provide such for the children rests with their parents. Other United Nations documents and decisions related to child support enforcement include the 1956 New York Convention on the Recovery Abroad of Maintenance created under the auspices of the United Nations, which has been ratified by the 64 of the UN member state. In addition, the right to child support, as well as specific implementation and enforcement measures, has been recognized by various other international entities, including the Council of Europe, the European Union and the Hague Conference. Within individual countries, examples of legislation pertaining to, and establishing guidelines for, the implementation and collection of child maintenance include the 1975 Family Law Act, Australia, the Child Support Act, United Kingdom, and the Maintenance and Affiliation Act, Fiji. Child support in the United States, 45 CFR 302.56 requires each state to establish and publish a guideline that is presumptively, but rebuttably, correct, and review the guideline, at a minimum, every 4 years. Child support laws and obligations are known to be recognized in a vast majority of world nations, including the majority of countries in Europe, North America and Australasia, as well as many in Africa, Asia and South America.
Well. Child support. Let's talk about it. Since y'all got a broad spectrum of what it's about. Is child support needed? Yo, hold on. Because the ones that I expect to see in here, I don't see. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Right. Because some people that I expect to see that ask me to do this again, they're not here. Okay. Baddest bitch in Philly. I seen you the first time when you posted. You missed the live before this. If you want to, you go back and look at that. But I'm talking about what I'm talking about on this one, okay? Let's talk about Kel's getting out. Did you get him out? Just asking. No, I didn't get him out. Oh, did you get him out? All right. Malik asked the question, who are you for? Huh? Okay. So before I even get started, let's do it this way. Because I know some people going to come on the panel, and I'm inviting everybody that want to talk about this important topic that needs to be talked about. No problem. There's the link. The question of the topic is child support needed in our society? Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Kim, man, you got to talk. I got to show you something. Is child support needed in our society? Some females say yeah, because them unfit guys, they gonna pay for their kid and yada 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 yada. Some guys be like, yeah, because the mother just walked out on us and this and this and this and this and this and this. Well, I'm gonna say this. What if you realize that the child support agency is not for the kid?
Hi, I'm Joseph.
What if y'all realize that? What if y'all realize that everything y'all doing is hurting not the kid, it's just hurting yourself? But see, a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people say, well, as long as the father can pay, I'm good. But the real question is, are you? As long as the father can pay, are you really good? Because it takes more than a paycheck to take care of kids. Some kids need that mental, that physical touch. Some kids need that dad there. But some mothers just say, shit, just make sure I got a check. As long as I got a check, I don't care if the nigga here or not. So I put the link up there because some of the ladies that I've been chatting with and conversing with, they've been saying that, you know, Dana, and you got to do a live about this because we want to get it out there. They go Malik. Now, I don't want this to be just all guys. You feel me? Because then it's going to turn into, as y'all call it, sexist. Because the guy's going to say what we got to say. But I want some women to speak up for the women. What up, bro?
What's going on? What's going on?
Okay. All right. But let's get this. Miss Baddest B in Philly said, I say yes. But on the other hand, the father needed to, especially especially if he a single father. So Miss Baddest B, you saying that child support is needed? Let me ask this question. Is child support needed to go through a system for the kid to be taken care of? Because see, I have a different outcome about all of this, but I want to hear y'all output and y'all outcome. What you think, Malik?
Me and my little homie was just talking about this, but we talked about the flip side of this.
Okay.
And if you will allow me 1 second to pose a question,
Yeah, go ahead.
and it's going to tie right in. I retired from DJS. I used to work with them highly at risk delinquents. So me and my partner was having a conversation today, and today's topic was,
What facility was you at?
I've been at them all, Mountain Manor, Charles Hickey.
Yeah, because when I left Baltimore, I was down at BCJJC.
They offered me a job. I didn't like the semantics.
Okay.
Good facility.
Yeah.
So now the topic was this. If you kind of can remember when you left Baltimore, Baltimore has declined 17% in the graduation rate. So they went from 77 or 87% down to a 70% graduation rate. Now, at the time I came up, sports was the way through. Whatever your sport was, you kind of bonded with your coach.
Right.
Your coach was kind of like, I don't want to necessarily say or put words into people's mouths, but he was like the absent father in a sense. If you and your coach had a good rapport. Now, high school, I went to Forest Park. So everybody worldwide loved Coach Barnes. That was just it. Coach Barnes, Coach Pee Wee League, on through high school. Everybody loved Coach Barnes. So it was a little different, but the same rules apply.
Mhm.
Even though he wasn't your biological father, he gave you life on life terms, which growing up in the late 80s, early 90s in Baltimore, you needed that. You needed somebody who was going to not back down, not let you get off the hook. So the whole thing was, how do you kind of give parents today who really don't know how to parent total support or wraparound support? Because child support necessarily is not monetary. A lot of times it's that extended family. And for those of us who 40 and over, you remember going over to little Tyrone house and little Tyrone mother telling you, you got that homework done? Well, go in there and get yourself something to eat, because you respect, his mother was your mother. When she got off the bus or she had bags they carried from the car, you carried them bags from the car. Now, this generation here, and I know I'm probably sound like I'm mumbling, but those who 40 and over know what I'm saying. That was the key to the Black community, because either your mom was out there busting her hard, working a night shift or working 2 jobs, so she couldn't do it. You know, your dad may have been there or may not have been there. That's a whole nother topic. But that support was what got you through, because you knew no matter what, you had a strong role model, so to speak, that was going to hold you down. Because like I said, a lot of times support is not about money. Children sometimes just want that extra love. They want to know that you're going to be there for them no matter what. So with that being said, how do you totally help and support a child?
Okay, let me get these questions and then I'm gonna come back to that. Or should I say what people saying? I read what Baddest B said, and she said, I say yes, but on the other hand, the father needed too, especially if he's a single father. Let's see. Kimberly Nicole said yes in some instances. Instances, clear documentation is needed because of a lack of trust and communication. Okay, I agree with that. I'm gonna come back to that. Miss Bisbee said no. I think the 2 parents should work it out between them. I agree with that. I'm gonna come back to that. Georgia Girl said, I feel if you are co-parenting and helping with your kids, child support is not needed. Okay. I like that. Let me see what else. And Malik, you said what again? And your last part was, how do you deal with what?
Child support doesn't necessarily have to be monetary.
Okay, but it's absolutely true. Child support. Now go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, child support.
My next part gonna rock the world.
All right. Now, child support, and Malik said it don't have to be monetary. Well, in the eyes of the state that's taking governmental constitutional rules and bending them and twisting them and making them how they want it, child support is just that, child support. Now, what I'm saying is, I don't believe child support need to go through a system. I believe that if you lay down and made that baby with that woman, you take care of that baby. Y'all ain't go to court to have sex to make that baby. Y'all ain't go to the child support office to have sex and make that baby. I think it's bogus that any woman have to make a man take care of his child. I think it's bogus that any man have to make a woman take care of her child. So why is child support needed? If we can come with that structure, child support wouldn't be needed, right? Wrong. Here's where it's going to blow your mind. Child support is not for the kid. It's for the state. Every dollar that you get, the state get 80 cents off of that dollar. So let's say you're getting $350 a week for your kid. Multiply 80 times 350. 80 cents times 350. That's how much the state is getting. So just like the police department, the state need to make a quota of how many people they bring in to sign them up for child support. Now, here's the catch. Y'all paying $25 to $35 for an application fee. Nobody asks, where do the application fee money go? Because child support is a Title 4D and Title 4A loan. So you can't pay back a loan. Why can't you pay back a loan? Because when the government, I'm sorry. I'm going to hear myself. You can't pay back that loan because the Title 4A and Title 4D loan is also a grant that comes from the government. That's why you can't pay that loan back. That's why when you go to college and you get your Pell Grant, ask them, what is the Pell Grant? When you get that in-state tuition grant, ask them, what is that?
That's probably something that supersedes child support.
No, it don't. But an in-state tuition grant for college is the Title 4A grant. The Title 4A loan. The Title 4D is the Pell Grant. That's why you don't got to pay them back. And because they are grants that come from the federal government, passed down to the state transform them into loans and disperse them how they may. So either way, the state is getting paid three ways. But they're getting paid from the bootleg child support and the bootleg arrears, which is fraud. Then they getting paid from the grant that's coming from the government, and they taking that cut off of that. Then they turn around and charging you application fees. And then when they charge your application fee, what about these parents to say, I just can't find my baby daddy. I can't find my baby mama. And they go put a child abandonment warrant out on you, which is $55. So at the end of the day, it all boils down to parents doing three things. One, oh, shorty's so fat, I just want that. Then when you get it and you get tired of it, I'm done, yo. I'm done with shorty, yo. You can go ahead. I done beat it up. I done nutted all in and Okay, but now you got a kid. Man, I ain't taking care of that kid. Shorty gave me the booty real early. I don't know if it's mine. So you don't know if it's yours, but you went in it raw. Same thing go for females. He fine as hell, girl. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Then when you get tired of him and the nigga don't want to work, and that's all you want to do is play your son PlayStation or your son Xbox Series X, the best console out there, then you're like, nah, nigga, you gotta dip. And then when he dip and you like, are you coming to get your son and he boof on you, like, nah, but I gotta live my life. Then you want to run down the child support. But at the end of the day, we as humans didn't get to know our partner. Or if we spent sufficient time knowing, we ignored the red flags. How can you ignore something when it's right there in front of you? I swear I wish I had some ladies jump up on here, because this is about to turn into a man bashing female thing, and I don't want that.
Well, no, we're not gonna let it turn into that.
Wait,
But you can.
wait, Malik, hold on. Baddest B said, I never asked for child support if he didn't do it. He just didn't do it. I will not never let my child father go to jail over money as long as my child know they love 100 from both parents. Wow, that's deep. What was you about to say, Malik? That's
A lot
deep.
of times, men and women put themselves in bad position
Mm-hmm.
out of spite, and sometimes it shouldn't go that way. Because if you think about it, at the end of the day, our goal is to see little Johnny raise up to become a man, a young man.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be more aware of the role that you play. From a personal aspect, I know that I'm not gonna say all children, but most children, they don't care about the money in the situation. They either want to spend time with mommy, spend time with daddy, or both. Like it's no red or gray area with children. Children gonna tell you straight just how it is, and then you should be able to make a decision from there.
Okay.
Because I remember a day vividly, I really wasn't fucked up in the game, but I had mishandled something. And my son went home and grabbed our swimming trunks. We jump in the truck, go down Lake Clifton all day at the pool, fucking on. I go home, I think the air just froze. My power was on. I got on the phone, I owed them $134 or so. So I couldn't pay it at night. And they come right out because it was like 8 o'clock. So I paid the shit over the phone. I shot my son home. He wasn't home 5 minutes before he called me back. His mother was hot. She was like, yeah, you know he mad at you. I was like, well, my power. She was like, yeah, he don't really care about none of that shit. And what he said to me was, he said, y'all supposed to went and got some candles, charged y'all phones up in the car, got y'all something to eat at the McDonald's, and that would have been y'all time to be together. So I'm thinking, oh, fuck, hell no, my child's hot. So he told me the same words. So I started putting two and two together, like, it's more to this shit than money. And society and the court system make it out to be about money. But truth be told, most children want that time. That's something that you can't buy. And the court make it seem like either you pay this money or not. And I've seen parents in court tell them, yo, keep your money. He needs to see his child. His child wants to see him. And parents on both sides, and I hate to say it, that's the one thing like you, I feel like if we laid down and had your baby, if I can't bring you no money and he calling out for me, why not let that be enough until some money come available? Or why not let's start from somewhere?
That's true.
Because I don't know who are on the panel or in the chat that been there. Yo, but when your child call your name and he don't see you, so that shit start to build trauma. That shit build trauma in children. And that's why you got the batch we got out here now, factored in with the pills and all this whole crazy other shit. Man, these kids don't know who to trust no more, man. Because when you're a young kid and you don't have one person you can go to and confide in, and they not gonna judge you. So that whole child support thing, I was on papers. I was in court one day. Look, you gotta pay us a massive amount of money or we're gonna lock you up. I'm from Baltimore. You gonna give me 90 days? Look, boy, I'll see you in 45 days. This is vacation time. And my son was like, oh, judge, you can't lock him up. I can't go home and tell his son he can't call him tonight. That's gonna make the whole thing worse. Well, you got to do something. Look, man, I got this amount of money right here, cash. Give me a couple weeks or something. Let me make some moves. But yo, it's not like I'm not trying. You taking money from the 2 jobs I got, which was piss ass jobs. Come on, man.
Well, see, that's the problem that people don't know. A judge cannot incarcerate you for child support. And that's like the tactic of the court. That's one of the scare tactics. A judge can only lock you up in contempt if you are showing and you are ultimately denying that you have the funds coming in, and you just do not want to heed by the order that you are contracted to, but that you have accepted. And Miss Shirley said, I think the child support system have destroyed the family and making money in the process. My opinion. Well, you're right, Miss Shirley. You're right. You're right. Miss Visby said, here it's called child benefit. When the one parent don't want to pay it goes through something called child maintenance. They will take the money away from the parent. It's called child benefit. What the heck? Baddest B said, it shouldn't take the system to tell them to take care of what's yours. Love is more than money. God forbid anything happen. You know you have that love than money. Well, I'm gonna go here. One mistake that people always think is when they say it's yours. The question is that child really yours? A lot of people don't know that at birth you sign your child over to the government, or should I say, you sign your kid over and to be a ward of the state, and they're not telling you that. And if you raise that question, that they're gonna dance around and they're gonna avoid you at all costs. But technically, when you sign the affidavit to get your birth certificate, you are deeming your child civic divus, which is dead at sea. That's why they can come in and take your child from you. Because as long as you got that birth certificate and that social security card, it ain't nothing you can do. You are property of the jurisdiction of that state. That's why I tell everybody, when you go get custody of your child in them courts, know what you're doing. Because when you go, okay, Ms. Bisbee, because when you go into them courts, you are going into their jurisdiction. If you haven't reclaimed your child birthright, you don't have no standing in that jurisdiction if you don't know what you're doing. It's certain movements you can't do. It's certain parts of the courthouse you can't go in. If you do, you lost all your jurisdiction. They'll tell you, don't cross the bar. But the judge will tell you all the time, come closer, come cross the bar. As soon as you do, you're done. That means they can do what they want. They will ask you a question like, is Ray Ray your child? And you'll say yes. And then they'll say, do you understand what I just asked you? And you say yes. You just gave them jurisdiction twice. When they talk about parents, are you really a parent? Because you got to understand what a parent means. If you are really a parent, I'm going to say this. For any woman that pushed out a child, if you can say that you are a custodial parent, I need for you to go get your mind checked now. Because parent, break it down. You are a pay and you renting your child. No, that's your property. Your child is your property. For mothers who have sole possession of their child, how are you an obligee? Fathers who don't, how are you an obligor? To be an obligee and an obligor, that means you have, matter of fact, you don't gotta take my word for it. I'm gonna print it up for you. I'm gonna print it up for you. Because I want y'all to see this. Like, Like, this is what they not going to show you in court because they want you to be ignorant to the fact. If y'all look at the screen, hey Malik, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Obligor. This is what they call fathers, but that don't have custody of their child. One who is under obligation to another by contract or legal agreement. Child support is what? A contract that you enter into or a legal agreement. In law, the person who binds himself or gives his bond to another. Why would you? The third, the person who binds himself or give his bond to another. Okay, so with that being said, here's my question. Why would you consent to pay a bill that don't belong to you? Let's go here. If I came and opened a credit card in your name, right? And I ran it up to $40 million. Are you going to report that as fraud or is you going to pay on that bill? Sure, Ms. Bisbee, ask the question. Are you going to report it as fraud and say, I didn't do that, or is you going to pay that bill? Same thing go for child support. The mother opened that a thing. So why do we got to pay for what she opened? I ain't getting none of them food stamps. I ain't living rent free. I ain't on a welfare system. Only thing I want to do is help take care of my baby. But because you have some of these parents out here, oh no, that nigga don't want me. And if he don't want me, if I can't have him, can't nobody else have him. Yo, I just want to take care of my kid. If it wasn't for my kid, I wouldn't even be talking to you. And see, and these are the problems that's surfacing in the community. Because now you don't know who to trust. Ms. Bisbee, what's your question? Hey, Malik, and you got anything to say about that?
I can't see the chat.
No, I'm talking about what I just said.
I kind of heard it and didn't hear it. It blanked out on me. But you say the last part.
Nah, I was just saying that plain and simple, it's like, since we now know what the meaning of an obligor is,
right?
Why would you want to be a person that want to take the hit of paying back a debt that you didn't even do? Ms. Bisbee said, question, Dana. She said, do you give your kids' mom money every week, month, or do not, or what? Or donut just give to your kids? I'm going to be honest with you. I make sure my kids have everything they want. And if their mom hits some hard times, I don't mind looking out for their mom, because at the end of the day, if their mom failed, then my kids fail. And Phoenix Rising said, let's not forget she gets the tax benefits that's not afforded to the father. That's true. That's true. My thing is this. I realize out here, every guy's not going to be the same. But don't sleep with the nigga. And then when sugar, honey, iced tea don't go your way, then you bash the nigga. Oh, I'm going to take his no good down to child support and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. But you seen the red flags. I give them my kids, Miss Bisbee, and if their mom falls short, then I make sure their mom have.
I've been in that situation before. And initially when I got put on paper, I was a little salty. So whatever the amount was that the court felt she should get, that's
all
all
you
I
paid?
would do.
Right.
And then one day, my big brother came to me and was like, yo, I'm not going to condemn you because you're doing what you should.
Right.
And he said something to me that stuck into my head. And ever since then, I try to live by that. And he was like, so do you think that that little ass bit of money will be able to turn him into a man? And as he becomes a
What's up,
man,
Dennis?
do you think he'll be able to uplift others under the principles that you try to instill in him, of which the principles that have been instilled in you?
I'm
And
glad
will
you
he
said.
be able to persevere through life knowing that you could just half-ass it? Because
I'm
when
glad-
it comes,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
go ahead, you want to cut me off? I'll let you cut me off. I'm going to pause.
Oh no, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. But I thought you was finished. Go ahead.
But and as I got to thinking about that, I was like, you know what? It don't make sense because he shouldn't be the one to take the short. She was the one who made the decision, but I would try to penalize him. When in reality, he shouldn't take the short, nor should she be penalized. We did it together. And she made a move that she thought was beneficial because I wasn't doing shit. And it's not like I wasn't in the position to do shit. I just chose to be an asshole. And as I look back, especially now, being an asshole ain't the way to go. Because in retrospect, the child comes up short. But like I told you, like I said, we were able to build a bond.
Mm-hmm.
It's some children out here who will tell you, I don't want to know who he is, kill us. Now, I don't know how a lot of y'all feel, or a lot of y'all may not want to admit it, or a lot of y'all may want to be, I don't want to say gangster or extra tough. I'm here to tell you, that would probably be the one feeling next to somebody snatching your teeth out without giving you some Novocaine that I couldn't take the fact that your child don't want to acknowledge you. Like, that's got to be, as a man, harmful, hurtful. Like, damn, like, he looked like me, he won't even say nothing to me. Like, I'm on fire, he won't even piss on me to put me out. Like, that shit would crush your whole world. So just think about how the child feel. When, like I said, it ain't always about the couple hours, man. Sometimes y'all could just sit on the step with a little juice and some chips. You could tell them a story. Goddamn Carter want to hear more stories in a little bit. He wants to see all videos from birth till now. Let's look at the video from last week. And think about it. That shit mean way more than him. I'm trying to keep all videos now because ain't no more pictures. So now you got to get multiple gig devices so you can store all your pictures. But that means so much to these kids, man. To see a picture of them back in the day. And that you got a picture. Or you got a couple dollars and you won't even like my man say, you got a pocket full of money. You won't even give your mother no real money. But you out here flossing. You in the club buying bottles. Motherfucker child want a sub. You won't even send their ass no money for a sub. But you want to be on Instagram at the Gucci store. You won't even go back and film the step with him. Think about it. My father was killed when I was 6. So all my life, I said, fuck this. Something got to break here. So I wanted to see my oldest get 6, 12, 18, 24, so forth. Because I was afraid that as the way the street life goes, you may not make it. And I wasn't even in the street. But just think, man. All the child want to do is do and be with their dad. You wear your hat backwards, he won't wear his hat backwards. But he don't want to wear his hat. He going to take your hat that's too big and keep it on. So it look like a bobblehead. But you can't even take the time out. Even women, these fucking deadbeat ass women, you want to be in the club every week, like the fuck you relevant. Try and stumble on a nigga with a couple hours who just want to yell me, and you know that's his MO, because he gonna tell you. I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? So you know he got a decent job or some shit going on for him. So now you got the old keeper nigga, baby. Come on, Charlotte.
Well, let's go here. Let's go here. I'm gonna read this first real quick. Lisa said, that's true, Dana. And women like that make it hard for women that just want to co-parent. There go that word again. Co-parent their children without all the extra bull. All right. And Malik, let's go ahead. You said that you or that the men hurt the child by giving a couple dollars, right? So
no, by not.
Listen. Okay, by not, listen. So when you go and you're forced to go to court against your will, and the women get an order put in their favor, two things had to happen, and before that order got put in their favor, you had to consent, and you had to give them jurisdiction. But let's say you did all that, and you got to pay $239 a month, right? You got some fathers out here that say, you know what? Since I can't really see my kid, and because of the BS that the mom putting us through, I'm gonna pay the $239 and I'm gonna just keep it moving. Then when the mother say, that's not enough, but that's what you asked for, so I'm only gonna do what you asked for. And you got some guys out there, but I think that way because they are hurt. But if you don't realize what's going on, the system is a revolving door for hurt. So hurt people are going to do what? Hurt people. So they see the mama hurt, and she looking for a relief to be given. And the relief to be given is, I'm going to make this dude pay, or for the guys, I'm going to make this lady pay. So when that happened, and you know the guy's going to have an attitude, ultimately, who pays for it? The kid. And because the mother made a decision to hurt the kid, and the father making a decision and to hurt the kid and the mom, which ultimately hurt the kid. That's why I asked the question. If you didn't go through the system to have the baby, why you got to go through the system to pay for the baby?
You want my answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because some folks can't be grown.
And some grown folks can't even understand.
But
and Ms. Visby said, kids ain't going to remember what was bought, just who was there. I disagree, Ms. Visby. To a certain extent.
I'm gonna put it to you this way, Ms. Visby. I'm only speaking on.
That's it, Vi. Big Vi on it.
I wish I could read the chat, my God.
Big Vi said people shouldn't have to pay rent. People shouldn't have to pay rent for their child who was made in private. I don't know how. I think you got to open up another tab and look at the joint.
Well, when I go ahead, I go to the chat, like it's blank on this joint. But.
When you go to the chat, go to comments. And you'll see it all. And Ms. Visby said, if a dad don't pay regularly, but pays when he can, watch. Do you think of that? Yes. But the problem is this. People has been so programmed to, that's all you need is you got to get money. You got to get money. You got to get money. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm about to have drop the call-in number. Okay. 685. What's my number? 685-545-2955. I think that's it. Don't kill me. I think that's it. Let me see. Because see, the women that asked me to have this, there's only one of them that showed up. Everybody else ran scared. And I thank you, Leisha. And I understand toy cooking. Thanks, Willie. So now, and Malik, while Big Vibe about to call in, and the question that I have is, what can we do to change these factors that's going on?
I'm gonna tell you something. This may sound funny. We gotta put our pride aside. Like,
so do we go by what the?
No, we actually do this. If you've never been married, you have to seek someone who first you trust, second who has a successful marriage, and you have to learn from them. When you wanted you, and not glorifying or condoning that, some of us, when they took the option to go the street route, you went and you emulated yourself after said dude, because you saw dude walk a certain way, he carried himself a certain way, so he was able to do certain things, and certain things came to him that you wanted. Like in football, yo, I want to be Walter Payton. Yo, I like how he did that. Blah, 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 blah. So those who really was into the running back, they studied Walter Payton's move. They studied Emmitt Smith. You have to ask a person who's in the arena of what you want to get into, how do you do it? But the pride of the male ego won't let him do that, because he thinks that somebody's trying to tell him how to raise his child, and that's not what it is. Because contrary to popular belief, there are no right and wrong answers when raising children.
That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to share a little bit of this, right? Can you see the screen, Malik?
Mm-hmm.
Title 4D, child support program. Out of control bureaucracy, harmful to children, undermines the father-child relationship, waste of taxpayer money. This vibe right here, hold on. Yo.
What up, bro?
What's going on?
Not too much. I'm listening to the topic, bro.
Right, so what you think about it?
I don't think about it. I know it's bullshit.
Okay. So do you think it's just a government way to keep the family apart?
I don't think it was designed to keep the family apart. I think it was more. It's all about the money. It's all child support is under the Social Security Administration.
Right? It's under the Social Security Administration Act, right?
Social Security runs every fucking thing.
Right.
That's why when your child is born, I think you got 7 to 10 days to try to claim your child birthright within, but you don't know. If you don't know, you're not gonna do it. So that's how they give your child a Social Security number. Once they give your child that Social Security number, your child become property of the Social Security administration. So once they start giving your child medical shit like that, guess who got to pay for it? Well, the mom, they tell her, well, you got to sign this. You know, it's like a bunch of BS, or you got to sign this. If you don't, then your child won't have medical, or your child won't be able to have daycare. So once that application is filled out, which is $35, that's when your child become a product of the Social Security Administration.
I got a question.
Whatever they just, huh?
So I got a question. All right, let's say you have, let's say you got 1,400,000 single moms out there, right?
Right.
And let's say out of 1,400,000, you got 950,000 that go and put their child's dad on child support for $35. Where did that money go? Because it don't go back to the federal government.
No, it goes to the agency.
Exactly.
The agency collects all the money. That's how they pay they bullshit lawyer that be in there in the family court. They pay they family court people who be over your caseworkers, they call them. That's how your child support money fund them. That's what they use to pay themselves.
Facts.
That's why the family, if I pay $100 to a child support agency, only 20% of that money goes to the mother.
Right. And what people don't know, if you agree to it, they only supposed to take 8%.
Right. But then they pitch you with all them bullshit costs. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go and say, well, then, I only want to get child, like, you go down there and tell them all I want is medical and child care. Medical in each state is probably no more than about $10, $11 a month. Child care is probably about $25 to $50 a month through the state.
Hey, Malik, so what you think about that?
I mean, in all honesty, you kind of got off of what we think about the laws of how it's broken down.
No, we ain't get off it, and we right there.
Are we on it? We on the law.
But
Because
see,
if a man never, let's say if a child support agency come to serve you, if you never accept those papers, if you never sign a right to parentage, they have no jurisdiction to put you on child support. You
Okay,
voluntarily are put on child support because you accept that court order. Or you go down there, you sign that birth certificate. You acknowledging that you're the father of that child.
Okay,
Therefore, you have jurisdiction to put you on child support. I got all my child support notes out right here in front of me because I'm one person who got myself off of it.
Okay, so now that's what we should talk about. It's not about the breakdown.
What about.
It's how not to get put on, or if you're on, how to get off.
Well, that's what we've been talking about the whole time.
No.
But you got to start at the beginning, Malik.
No. You got to start from where it's at. Because we done got past that. We know how to break that. No, listen to me. He just jumped on the joint. We done went past the obligor, the whole 9 yards, and he wanted to do the breakdown all over again about the percentage.
No.
We covered that in the very beginning. So what I'm saying now.
No, listen, what he's saying is pretty much, he's telling you what's going on from right there. I broke down all of the obligor and all that. And you have to start from the beginning, and so people won't be lost about what the hell you talking about.
Right. And the only reason why they change their name to obligor or obligee because they can't deal with you as a person.
Exactly. A corporation can't deal with a person.
Yeah, with a person. They can't. So they change their name to obligee or obligor.
So what's your overall synopsis, Malik?
Grabs glass, sips glass, puts glass back down. I mean, I'm not getting into that schematic. At this point, if we're gonna give some information, let's talk about how not to get put on paper. Let's talk about how
that's the easy part.
Okay. So if it's so easy, you tell me how the next 5 black men, and let's just say in the next 24 hours, who get put on papers can avoid it.
How?
Well, not
just say no.
Not to accept no papers from them.
And just say no. It's just that easy. They can't make you contract with them.
No, it's voluntary.
Okay.
And they ain't gonna tell you that, But once you look into it and start looking up,
So
then
you're
you learn it's voluntary. Child support was not put into positive law, so it's not mandatory. It's not something that you have to do, but you can volunteer to be on it.
Okay. So let me do it this way. You 25-year-old African American male, you come from a poverty infested background. You don't got a window to put it in, no pot to put it in. You ain't got shit. So now you get hit with this child support. And they telling you, if you don't sign, you know what I mean, we ready to lock you up.
They can't do that. That's a scare tactic.
How many people got hit with that scare tactic?
Millions.
Same way, if the police, if he's an undercover cop, he can't come to
money
you.
off the lack of knowledge.
Okay, so now, if it's a money, if you getting the money off the lack of knowledge, so you coming from these inner cities, you already shook. You're nervous.
Right.
That's your fault because you're not standing on who you are. First of all, if you're calling yourself African American, you already done fucked yourself up.
First of all,
wrong with that.
First of all,
first mistake.
The vast majority don't have enough backbone to stand up.
But you know what? That's the problem. Because see, here's the thing. How can you be a parent or how can you claim property if you don't got a backbone to stand up for your property?
And that's what I said to you. Let's teach them how not to get put on. Teach them how to stand self-sufficient.
It's easy. Just say no. Get out the jurisdiction.
Yeah. There's a couple guys on YouTube, Eamon Osiris.
Hell no. His paperwork ain't never get nobody off.
Yeah, it did. It helped me. I mean, you can't just go by verbatim. And a lot of things, like a lot of these guys tell you, we can point you in the direction, but you have to do your own research.
Right.
And that's what I had to learn for myself. I couldn't understand the way that they was doing it, but I learned to understand. My thing was I tackled the understanding of jurisdiction and knowing what a corporation is, and knowing that a corporation can't deal with a human person, knowing that your job can't. If my job give punishments to the child support, that's pretty much fraud. If I don't give you permission to do it, that's fraud.
That's why I'm gonna be honest with you. As a new movement now. Sue the child support department. But how do you sue them? Because a lot of people sue the child support department or the child support agency and they lose. And they like,
you don't sue them, you sue the judge, you sue your caseworker. You gotta go through them people to get to the top.
You sue the front runners of the agency in their public and private capacity.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why you got to sue them in public and private, because if you sue them in their public capacity only, but they're going to use the 11th Amendment, immunity, and they're going to jump straight to private. If you sue them strictly in private, but they're going to use the same amendment and they're going to jump to public.
That's why they hide behind. That's why they call you an obligor or obligee. So they protect themselves with these words that they use when they come after you. So it makes it hard for you to try to get back at them. But the whole thing is, what I've learned is, once you come at them and they know that you have knowledge of what's going on, they're going to get rid of your case. But they're not going to want to go through with it.
Or better yet, you once you put the judge on notice, that judge going to recuse themselves.
Yeah, and the judge ain't nothing but a deputy. They probably just walked in off the street, got out his car, come put a robe on.
Yep.
and sit there and administrate y'all court hearing.
So you paid $3,000 for that paperwork?
Huh?
So you gave Amen $3,000 for that paperwork?
No, I didn't. Like I just said, you go on there, you listen. You take down notes and you go do your own research. I went and looked up my own Bill of Rights, my own state constitutional rights, that are God-given rights that we have, that nobody can take them away from us.
Right.
Then I went and looked up Title 40, Section 42 U.S. Code. You know, I went and looked that shit up, and I read it, broke it down, highlighted shit, you know, and I just went and just listened, and I went and started doing my own research. Doing your own research. You know, and from there, like the other thing like you did, like claiming my birthright, like I'm going through that process now. Where you at with that process? Original birth certificate. Huh?
Where you at with that process right now?
I had to go through the hospital that I was born at to get my original birth certificate. Once I get my original birth certificate, which I just got, I got to take that down to the clerk.
No.
And
No. Go back and let them know you want a code. Don't let them get you a birth certificate and your ass will go to jail. Tell them that you want a code.
That's a certificate of live birth, right?
Yeah, yep. And the reason why, and you want your code, is because that's your bond. A birth certificate is just the paperwork. And if they don't have nothing to monetize, your ass going to jail for fraud. Let them know that you want your code. And they're going to ask you, short form or long form, tell them it don't matter. As long as it says certificate of live birth, you are good. As long as it got them 4 seals on the corners, you are good. Do not get a birth certificate.
Yeah, cool. So that's something else I'm gonna have to look into, because
Vi, you got access to me.
Oh yeah.
And you got more access than what most people have. Nigga, use it.
I'll be looking this shit up and be talking about it, man. I be on it trying to do this shit, but like I tell people, the most important, when you get to looking into this shit, it'll scare you, man. It will.
Yeah.
Because you will discover some shit that you be like, it's a whole nother world out here. Like,
and see, and that's what people scared of. They scared of what they don't know. And see, and that's what I was trying to inform people about Donald Trump. He's not in public capacity. So it's like everything he do, it looked fucked up. But he's doing everything in private capacity because he's trying to save us from what's coming. Now look, big tech trying to take over everything. Why? Because we gave out signatures, because we agreed to shit. Okay, what about signature and redaction forms? Matter of fact, but they're not going to tell you that in the public. What about 1099Cs? What about OIDs? But they ain't going to tell you about none of that. Yo, man, I'm going to tell you. At first, I was so mad about this shit, bro. And then when I started seeing the truth about it, and right now, I'm like working on my third 98 EIN number. Yo, that shit is so scary, bro.
98 number. You get that 98 number, then pretty much the thing you just gotta be fat. You gonna have to live off the grid, but you can make money off of your 98 number because you can take over that bond. Once you take over the bond, you can start dealing with. You gotta do trades. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do stocks and shit like that, and just live off the stock. Because once you look up your social security number, I gotta get the website again. You will see how many trades
are you talking about
that's going on.
Are you talking about for the EMUI?
Yeah.
I told you, yo, you have access more than what most people have, bro. I would load you up with it all.
Because goddamn, I want to live off the grid with my assets, bro.
Man, I'm telling yo, how you think I live the way I live, bro?
I be into that shit, man.
Yo, once you get that 98 or that 85 number, you are basically unstoppable. And I have a 98 number for both of my businesses and for myself.
Yeah, you get your QSIM Man, that's it.
I got my QSIP. I got my Duns and Bradstreet number. I got it all. But the only thing I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to give back that social security number. And these niggas are ducking like a mug. No, I don't want that shit. Take your social security card back because I didn't ask for it. And I keep saying it. But at any given day, if Biden say lock everybody up, but use the social security number, everybody going to jail. Except for the ones that got their 9-8 numbers. Because I tell them quick, I got my 9-8 number. Fuck you.
I need that because I'm trying to run everything now through my EIN.
Man, be careful.
Be careful.
Be careful if you got a regular EIN. Be careful.
Yeah, the 9-8 number is the one you want to have because that takes over the bond.
Man, but that goddamn 85 number keep eluding me though. But I know if I get that 85 number, I'm gonna start owning shit.
So how do I get the number?
I know you probably got the information, but there's other guy out there, King Stevie.
That's my dog right there.
Yeah, I listen to him. I be on his shit all the time.
That's my dog.
I follow them guys. Yeah, it's a lot of groups out there that's on this shit, man.
Yo,
own it.
Yo, I just paid off 2 people child support joints for them, right? And they was like, how the hell you do it? I said, it's easy, bro. You got to comprehend. This system that we in is not for us. We are duped into this shit. But our real system, we deal with paperwork. Our real system, but that's for us, but that the forefathers left for us is not through this computer shit. That's why they keep trying to force us and to go big tech. Go big tech. No. And because if you control in a person's mind by going through computers, the paper don't matter no more. But the paper is the most powerful thing ever.
Powerful shit. Yeah, but we can get back to, getting our helping brothers, young brothers.
Hold on.
Yeah. But I tell any young man that's out there that's on child support, if you want to get off, the first thing you need to do, claim your birth. Claim your birthright. You claim your birthright, then you can put everybody on notice that you deal with.
Yep.
You took control of that social security number. It's no longer, a dead person. I'm alive, and y'all have to, so anything from now on have to deal with Fashawn City, the person, not the dead person. Because I ended up calling the Social Security Administration, right? I'm like, hey, I was calling to check and see if y'all had me as dead or alive in y'all system. The guy was like, what? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, because you just fucked this whole... Yeah, because first of all, they go off a manuscript. And by you saying certain shit like that, it'll fuck that whole script. Like, wait a minute. You're alive because you're talking to me. No, fool.
Yeah, I said,
check the system.
I said, well, then he said, what's going on? I said, well, it's entities and corporations out here dealing with my name that I haven't gave permission to even, deal with. I said, so I'm just trying to see how is it possible. The only way they can do it is if I was dead. He's like, well, hold on just a second. So he come back on the phone. Well, it shows that you have me alive. It shows you alive in the system. I said, wow, that's amazing. And he said, well, then who are these corporations and stuff that you're talking about? I said, well, I don't want to tell you that because I really don't know who you are. So the guy's like, well, I mean, whoever it is, you can just send us a letter in. We can send you a letter out. You fill it out, put the corporations, entities, whatever on it, send it back to us, and we can send them a notice and put them on notice that, that you are alive and this, that, and the third, because I know that's how the child support agency and most of these people deal with you. You know what I'm saying? That's why they can change your name at any given time and all this other shit. So the guy was like, he was hot. But I wouldn't let him hang up. I kept going back and forth with him. He was so mad.
And we see it.
It was like,
and we see it with the R. Kelly case. Look how they playing with him. First they make him a corporation, then they make him a human, then they make him Yo, you can't play with nobody's jurisdiction like that, bro.
Yeah. Well, when they want to do some fuck shit, they make them a human.
Right.
Then once they do what they do, then they turn them back to a corporation. But they bring that shit they did in the human form corporation form. You know, that's how they get it into that for them to have jurisdiction. They always gonna make sure they save themselves, man. They gonna always leave themselves out.
Man, look, Vi, and you got to make sure Toy on point, man, because she lost right now.
I don't be talking to people because people think you crazy, man. You show them this shit. Like, it's really another world, like.
Man, look, I done been called a conspiracy theorist. I done been called everything, but you see people come on here talking about something. Can't nobody touch you because he's a natural person. Then what the fuck are you?
Ain't no natural person. Ain't nobody no natural person that got a Social Security number. If you hadn't claimed your birth, your live birth, you ain't no natural person. You property of the Social Security Administration. They can do what they want to do with you.
But that means you are a 14th Amendment slave.
That's the truth.
And that means you abide by statutes and limitations and not the Constitution.
Once you take yourself out of that shit, you don't have to have a driver license. You don't have to have none of that shit.
That's what I'm about to
You
work
don't have
on
to have
now.
none of the shit that we deal and have to have now. Once you get yourself into the live person form, you don't have to deal with none of this shit that these now. Like, this ain't shit, but ways they keep up with you. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why
they say you live off the grid.
Just like even on down to the way I write my address now. I done had the post office be like, sir, and we can't take this. I said, excuse me, please go get your postmaster. Oh, no, we don't want no problem. Oh, okay, but don't play with me. You know what's going on. Can they be looking like, but you so young, how you know about this? I got tired of being fucked over.
It's younger people than that, because if you on King Stevie, man.
What you mean about the address?
On one night, and it was just like people all over from New York and
hold on,
everywhere, man.
Man, me and King Stevie had a one-on-one powwow, bro. And we had over 3,000 people in the chat, and everybody was just going crazy because me and him was like comparing notes and everything.
Explain the address.
It's a lot of important.
I'm about to show it to you.
It's a lot of important information, but it's just like people got to be willing to accept it, and they willing to understand that it is another world out there, that exists beyond how we live every day.
That's the problem. People are scared to live like that, and I don't understand what. And I'm still trying to understand, like, why? Like, why are you scared to live in the truth? I mean, like, it's crazy, like, you scared to live in the truth, like, why? I'm not understanding.
Because, like, you gotta understand, it's something that was never taught to us. It was never meant to be taught to us. So, you live your whole life thinking everything is just one way. You know what I'm saying? So I know for myself, like my kids, it'll help them out because I'll be able to tell them at an early age than what I learned about it, And then it's very important that you know certain shit.
Man, but I say people are scared of the truth.
Like right now, people can go get an LLC and they can make their LLC power attorney over their person, and no entity can deal with them without having to deal with their LLC.
Yep.
Their LLC first.
Yep. And see,
anybody want to serve you with papers or want to say, give you the court, they got to go through your LLC. They can never have contact with you again.
Man, it's so much that I want to show, bro. Like people don't understand like exactly like what's really going on. Can they sit back and be like, Dana crazy? No, I ain't crazy.
So then let me ask this question. Do you believe that by the 4th of July, covert will be under control?
COVID?
Yeah.
COVID been under control. It's a scare tactic. COVID been under control. It's nothing but the flu. Just on a super scale. And I'm gonna put it like this. In order for COVID to really be effective, and you gotta have mucus in your body, bro.
Controller after losing Fortnite. This kid gets super mad, so he just throws his controller and smashes it to pieces. This entire time.
But I mean, shit, Dr. Stevie been told people that years ago. The only sickness that is mucus.
Right, right. Mucus is the biggest sickness there is. But that's how AIDS gets you. All that.
Yes, all that is arise from that. So you gotta get a healthy, get your immune system as healthy as possible. You know, because that's the only thing that's gonna fight this shit off. All the medicine you put in you that they give you for treatment shit, that shit is adding on to what's going on with you.
Yep. And that's what I be trying to tell people, but folks don't want to listen, man. So I just be like, okay. I'm trying to find one of my one of my joints so I can show it. Challenging jurisdiction. No, that's not it.
Superman 5 kids get freaked out over Fortnite. Fortnite is meant to be a fun game, but many
Hey
kids
Malik.
That dude too be funny as hell. That dude watch your face.
happens.
Hold on,
You don't see him.
Anything, and one last thing, you still trending the Fortnite items
No.
to instantly receive.
What'd you say?
You don't see this guy named Wasil Bay.
That nigga funny as hell.
But he be talking his shit though. You know. He be telling y'all what y'all niggas gonna do, sit around and let these people fuck y'all not do nothing.
Right. And I'm about to show,
Yeah.
but I'm about to show this thing like when it goes like I'm about to show a certain way that you. That's what it is. My executive trust. That's what I need to show him. Show him my executive trust notice so that way he can see the difference in the way we write our, address and stuff out. Because our address is like way different. Let me see. Jeez, I got so much stuff, yo. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's go to executive trust. Okay. I don't have one on here. This is weird. Punishment and moral. Constitutional challenge. Petition writ of habeas corpus. Course of our here it is. Got it. Here it is. Hey Malik.
Go.
All right. But I'm about to show you. There you go. Hey, Bud, tell me if you got this far yet.
I'm on the phone, so I can't. I'm driving,
Okay.
so I can listen though.
Yeah.
I probably can comprehend it from this distance.
Hey, Malik, are you see the way And we do it now.
Yeah.
You don't write your stuff like that, do you?
Uh-oh.
See, this is the difference in between being a human being, a real human person, versus the corporation. Because see, and you put your name here along with your state. And the reason why it's in all caps because it's a state. And that's when you put the executive office underneath. In the nation of Georgia, your general post office, and then you put the United States minor, outline islands, near 30303. And pay attention to the last 4 digits, 9998. That's all your 98 numbers. It's going to end like that. And instead of putting a date, I put the night of 2nd May 2018. So it's the night of May the 2nd, 2018.
So how much was the 998 number?
It's free.
It's free. You got to call the Social Security, but you got to tell them you got to get you a out of country number though, because they got it to where you calling with like a U.S. number, they streaming the call.
No,
You gotta get you. That's what they were doing when I was calling at one.
but I'm gonna tell you. But I called from an in-state number, and they tried and they kept questioning me like, "What's your Social Security number?" I told him I don't got one. He said, "Why?" I said, "I don't know." I said, but I never had one. And they said, "So what's your TIN number?" Oh, but I didn't know I needed a TIN number all this time. So how you been getting by? I just been getting by. Oh, okay, but I don't want to get into it. I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, cool, because none of your goddamn business.
Mm-hmm.
But if you call during the day, them old ass ladies are on that shit, man.
Yeah, it's because there's a lot of people doing it now.
And they trying to keep you in the matrix. Yo, I've realized that our life now is nothing but the matrix, bro.
Okay, so hold check, Paul. So you saying call Social Security number and not gonna have a request for a 998 number?
No. You gotta call the IRS. But I'm gonna tell you this: don't jump to that without doing the first steps first.
And that's just getting yourself out of the system.
All right, and what's the first step?
Reclaiming your birthright.
Reclaiming your birthright, getting yourself out of the system.
Okay, what's the steps in that?
You know what? I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But I'm gonna do that tomorrow because if I do it today, people gonna be mad. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Probably had to do it with him in private though. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about it. And then,
now you know I'm gonna just start doing classes over here though. But I'm gonna start doing.
You just do 2 steps, like 3 steps a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The first 3 steps. You know what I'm saying? Getting the code, going down to the clerk, the county clerk, filing it, then mailing it to the White House or whatever, you know. Because it's a long process, but you gotta be ready to go for the ride.
And I've been on this
It's gonna help you out.
And I've been doing this now for 5 years. Hey Malik, take a look at the screen. Oh, you see anything different? Every time I put this in, Merlin goes crazy and be like, "We not dealing with him." But the only thing I do is change the heading. And my thing is, if child support is trying to bring me to court, I'll put this in because you don't got no. Oh, you can't deal with me, bro. An agency can't deal with a human person. And the first line is I a living man, blank, not dead, nor lost at sea, nor a corporate entity who is the authorized representative for the legal entity. You know what I mean? And you put your all caps name here, aka corporation, trust, come now with facts. Court lacks subject matter jurisdiction over cause number, and you put your child support case number here. And the man said cause number be dismissed with prejudice. With prejudice means they can never bring it back. Without prejudice mean they can bring it back anytime. Then you have in your case law, all your case law here. In the present case, it is not disputed that Graco Construction was the trade name or assumed business name of Brian Graco. You know what I mean? Doing business as Graco Construction. Because the plaintiff instituted an action using a trade name or assumed business name of Graco Construction, which is not a legal entity and which does not have a separate legal existence. An action brought under that trade name cannot confer jurisdiction. Due to lack of subject matter jurisdiction, dismissal is required. That's all.
Well, I don't have child support, but okay.
I'm just saying you can do this with any business, bro.
Oh no, I want the birthright shit. I got you. We gonna talk about the mother.
But that's why I say, like, man, people gotta know who they dealing with.
When you do that code, that letter you just wrote, that letter right there, it just everything. It's everything that you need to say. You know, there's everything you need to say, man.
Now I got a question though,
You
Damon.
can use your God-given rights. You got
I know a
God-given
few
rights that you can use once you become a real person.
I got a couple of partners that work for the alphabet. Should I run this past them?
Hey, matter of fact, you can do whatever. But I guarantee you, if I was to have any type of run-in with them, they'd be like, "Oh, they ain't fucking with me." Because the first thing I'm gonna ask is, if they pull me over, the first thing I'm gonna ask is, why are you detaining me?
No. They work for that alphabet right there.
What, child support?
IRS.
Oh, that's even better. But you know, a lot of them run off a manuscript. I love destroying IRS people.
No. So I'm saying, like we tight. So I'm gonna shoot it to bro, like bro, bop, 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 boom, 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 and he ain't got no problem saying, yeah. Like he'll tell you the direction and all that.
Set it up. Matter of fact, talk to him about it and just be like, "Yo, I got somebody for you, for you to talk to. Watch, he'll tell you." Yo, this joint is crazy real, bro.
He was the one who came to me when some dudes brought me some paperwork on a certain situation. He was like, "Yo, you don't want that paperwork right there." And I was like, "Why?" He was like, "Yo, you don't want that. Just deny that." And about a week later, he came to me and explained to me what he was talking about. I was like, "Oh, okay, gotcha." But he into that same situation.
Watch this though. But I'm about to show you something that'll fuck all businesses up. When they really trying to see you, hit them with that. Hit them with that right there.
4506-8. A.
Read it. A request for public inspection or a copy of exempt or political organization IRS form. Oh, you know what I'm asking you for? You see what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm asking you for now? Now you got to show that I signed for anything. And anything But anything through the computer is not valid.
And that's what you do to the child support agency. You demand a copy of an express agreement with your signature on it, saying that they gave you a loan and they can't produce it, then therefore whatever they have need to be dismissed. You don't demand that it be dismissed. If not, you gonna put their ass on papers. You gonna serve them some papers. If I never agree, if I never signed a loan paper with you, how can I? Only way you owe somebody something is if you took something from them.
Hey man, look, I got some people.
Hey, Bob. But I wish you can see the screen. But I'm gonna say this: when you get this envelope right here, and it's scratched out like that, it's coming from your friends. Called the IRS. Anytime you get a letter like this, you got nothing but weapons inside of here. And whenever child support want to act crazy, just be like, cool. Just cancel the debt.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever your car people want to act crazy, cancel the debt.
Yeah. Because the car people don't know this shit. When they run your credit, that car already paid for before you leave off the lot. You paying yourself back. Honestly. And then they come take the motherfucker and resell it again.
Man.
Crazy shit.
Look, wait a minute. I'm really gonna mess you up now. Yo, this way Malik might run off the panel at. Hey, Malik.
Go ahead.
Tell Brooke that you want a revocation of your signature, bro. Take a look at the screen.
Marriage license. Hell yeah.
Now read it. Marriage license application for revocation of signature and recession of power of attorney.
I want all that shit.
Drink.
Look, and you're not under pro se, you're under sur juris.
Yeah, I need a copy of that.
I'm telling you, yo, I stay loaded over here, bro.
Send that to my email. Print his ass out.
And the thing about it is, but that's all you doing is taking your signature off of it so that way they can't cash your marriage bond in.
Your motherfucking
$2 million.
Exactly. $2 million.
My cousin just told me, he was like, yo, I heard about both of them.
But see, the thing is, man, white folks been on this forever, man. Cause they know it.
And they will not tell you shit.
They ain't gonna tell you shit. It's us just catching up to the game.
They will not tell you nothing.
Don't worry, I'm on his ass. Now I got some shit. I got a black dude. I got a black dude that's nice with this shit.
But man, I'll tell you, the more research you can do and sharpen yourself up in that department, the easier it's gonna be for you to deal with these people when you start dealing with them. Because if you go to them, you talking with conviction, they gonna hold on, let me sign this shit and get him out of here. They not gonna want to go back and forth with you.
Hey, Malik, are you reading that right there?
No, I was in the middle of looking at something, but go ahead.
It say you were born or birthed into the United States. As what? A debtor, a collateral,
damn,
a slave for the United States. Now pay attention to the way the United States is capital. For the United States,
the LLC.
No, that's the corporation.
Right.
Now watch, as stated by your birth certificate. What is your birth certificate? A negotiable security instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the more you read, but the madder you gonna get, bro.
Real.
That email this to me
That's
too.
when two people make a child. They use the child as the collateral, and the man had to pay the principal on the child.
Man, I'm gonna help him out one last time before I get out of here real quick.
Send that to me in the email too.
And before I get out of here, I'm gonna help out one last time with this one thing, with this one video.
Using Squarespace helped my business grow from a journal to a website. Car, super.
There's one video that I'm gonna help everybody out with real quick. And if this don't help you, nothing will. All right, Vibe, but let me get up off here because after this video, I'm gone.
All right, man. Good looking, man. It was good being on here with y'all guys.
Definitely, man.
Wow.
Man, you gotta talk off the grid.
For sure.
Shit, meet me. We gonna live off the grid. Meet me on the other side.
All right, bro.
All right, man.
All right.
No problem.
All right.
Meet me on the patio with the lemonade.
Hey, Malik, check out the video. Here we go.
Ah, the government. It loves you and wants to keep you safe and well. It even wants to make paying taxes, fines, and court costs easier for you. How? Well, you'll need to meet your straw man. He was born the same day you were. He looks like you, has the same name, and lives in your house, but you never knew he existed. You will have even paid his parking tickets or taxes. The worst part? He's been dead from day one. From every birth certificate, a legal personality, or legal fiction, is created with the same name to confuse little old you into thinking it's you. So, there is a human you and a paper you, or as it's commonly known, a straw man. So when it seems like government officials, court clerks, or the police are speaking English, they aren't. They're speaking legalese, designed to make you agree to verbal and written contracts without even knowing about it, all spun from Black's Law Dictionary. For example, when the police say, "Do you understand?" you'll say, "Yes." What they are really saying is, "Do you stand under our authority?" Oops-a-daisy, you just created a verbal contract with them. Oh, you clever government. Did you know that whenever you register something, you are handing over title to the person you register it with? That's right. Whenever you register something with the government, they assume it belongs to them. Registered your car? Super! Now you are the registered keeper of your vehicle, and the government can crush it when you don't pay your, straw man's taxes. Expecting a new bundle of joy? Well, then you need to register your little darling with a birth certificate. Then they can start the process all over again and create a new straw man for your little one. Isn't that great? So when Junior grows up, he'll be able to generate revenue just like you have. When you notify on your baby by signing the birth certificate, your child becomes a ward of state. And if the government doesn't like what you're doing, they'll assume it's okay to take the child away or make new rules for things they don't like. Not enough school? Smacking your child? Shouting too loudly? Then it's off to social services for the little one. When you get a bill, it's sent to you but belongs to your straw man, not you. That's why bills, fines, and summons start with Mr., Mrs., or Ms. Sometimes you'll see your surname in capitals, just like on a gravestone. That's because your straw man is dead and just a silly piece of paper, created before you could comprehend or even consent to it. When you go to court, you represent your straw man, so you, the human, take on any costs, fees, taxes, and fines involved for the straw man. The human you doesn't even need to pay them. But you made a contract with the court by appearing on behalf of your legal personality or straw man, just like the government knew you would. Confused? Well, don't worry. The government doesn't want you to know anyway. If you knew, you'd stop paying things like council tax and parking tickets. Because when you go to court, you are representing your straw man. You are You, alive and made of flesh and blood. Your straw man or legal personality is a piece of paper created from your birth certificate. And you think it's you. What a silly Billy. Would you like to know more? Well, then go over to tpuc.com.
Hey, Malik. All right, look, I'm about to get up out of here, bro. We'll talk offline. Got you kind of messed up right now, don't it?
I'm in thought. Well, I got it. I'm good.
Got you kind of messed up.
I'm good. I'm on it.
Damn, team True Strong Warrior, man. Get your money, baby.
You be cool like you be cool. I see you when I see you. Water.
All right, man. Get your money. But look, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. All right, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy this rain down here in the south. All right, one.